Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. My brother to my left, your right, whichever way it is Christian Rivas. It's good to see you, my friend. How you doing, bro?
I am doing great, enjoying these lovely days off.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Our friend Juan Luca Demario is going to join us soon when he sorts like his commute out, and I'm sure we'll get him in a good picture frame as well, even if he is in transit. Thank you very much to the first 12 people who clicked this video. We are coming at you today with a lot of news. There is a lot of Inter stuff to cover, man. To go through the Correa official signing, we're going to preview the match against Verona. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to talk about that Champions League reaction draw. So thank you to Christian Rivas and our friend Uncle Sharma, and of course our boy Bruno for running that live stream on Football Worldwide. Christian, before we jump into everything more specifically, what's your initial reaction to the Champions League draw, man? Because some real heavy groups in there, but more importantly, a group that Inter can really get through.
I like it. I think it's a good group for us. I think we'll be straight.
Yeah, man. I hope so, bro. We got it's almost a like for like group last year, besides Much and Gladbach going out and Sheriff coming in. But we'll talk about that in a little bit more. So if you guys are here, make sure you drop a like on the video. Let us know who you are, where you are tuning in from, and your reaction to not only the Champions League draw, but to the official signing of JOAQUIN Correa and, of course, Hellas Verona. The match is coming up. I think we'll go to Correa first, Christian, while I see Mario setting up in the background. Your reactions to bringing in JOAQUIN Correa, talk a little bit about, the fee that was attached to it. Don Beppe with a masterstroke, getting him on loan, although, it's still at the end of the day, the fee that we're going to have to coop for him is still around that 30 mil mark. So it's not cheap, Christian. It's not a cheap deal. But with the loan up front, in order to buy us a little bit more time on our books, there ain't no complaints from me, bro. What are you saying?
No, I think it was a good deal. I mean, if you think about it, you start the payments next year. This year, you stay with the capital of 91 mil. The only thing you really spent was the 15 mil on Dumfries, the 1 mil on the loan, and that's about it. You really haven't spent much money.
Yeah. Where do you think he's going to slide in, bro, tactically? Obviously, there's some fans saying that we were rushing this signature so that he could play against Verona. I think that would be stupid. I don't think that's the case at all. But it's just really nice to see him happy, bro, because we all know he's an Inter fan.
Yo, even if he was by some miracle to play against Verona, I think he's going to be straight anyways. He's been in Inzaghi's system for how many years now? So he knows the system in and out. All it is really acclimating to the other players. He's played with Toto on the national team before for Argentina, so they kind of know each other anyways. The main thing you're going to want to see him work on is with the midfield, and that's about it. Again, I think it's a lot to ask for him to play the first against Verona, but I wouldn't blow it out there. I personally would like to see Toto and Zeko lined up together.
Yeah. Going over to our friend Mario, who's in transit somewhere in New York. What's going on, my man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And I know you're a big Belotti fan, but with a straight head, are you excited about Correa? And do you think he'll be a good signing for us, especially in terms of, subsidizing the big payment? We're only loaning him for this season, man. It's another good stroke by Beppe for the books.
All bias aside, I would have loved to have Belotti, but Correa's a freaking baller. So I'm very happy we got him. We're going to have a solid rotation for our attacking line. And, depth is most important. And coming on such a friendly contract or transfer fee, the loan with the obligation for next year, probably done in installments on top of that, I'd imagine. It's a freaking win-win situation, and you get quality player. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go to some of the comments before we move on. What's up to Eric? Thanks for joining us, bro. My boy with Sam. Tim Eidstein always coming in from up top in Queensland. Love the Tuchel signing. Do you think we will get another player this transfer because we haven't had to pay up front for him? Look, I think Marotta came out this morning and said that's business. That's done. But there's still 7 days left in the market. So I don't know, man. As a director, he's going to say that by default. We'll go to Christian first. You think we've still got some unfinished business in this Mercato a la Belotti or Nandez, or is that it? Shops closed?
Hey, it all depends. If Vecino or Gags leave, then you might see Nandez come in. But outside of that, I think we're done. I don't think Marotta wants to get hustled by Cagliari. We already had a deal in place for 5 mil. Then just because you saw us sell Lukaku, then you want to sit there and renege on it and just up the charges? Nah, bro, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, fair call. Big shout out to our boy Uncle Shama. Everyone always crying in my comments when I'm late. These brothers are 10 minutes late. Yeah, sorry, man. You got three guys right here who are pretty much on their own time. Christian's probably the most responsible out of all three of us in terms of timing, and he knows it. Mario, my G. In terms of Mercato, are we closed now, or is Don Beppe just got another masterstroke up his sleeve?
I think there's one more coming in, whether it's like Nandez or someone like that. I can't off the top of my head think of the other transfer targets that we have, but I feel like we're going to get one more surprise signing. Same thing kind of thing, like loan obligation to buy, maybe an option even, just to solidify the roster for the rest of this year. Because, like I said, we're in a lot of competitions, and the center mids, the strikers, and especially the wingbacks. There's going to be a lot of competition, but we need the depth at the same time in case one or two guys get hurt. You're going to need the fresh legs every now and then, because not only do we need people to start, we need people to jump in as subs. So in the midfield, you need a player or two in each role if you want to be successful and push for Champions League as well as the league. So
Yeah,
I feel like there's one more.
yeah. Well said, man. Let's go to a few more comments. Anthony Rico from South Africa. Good to see you. Scudetto 20 on the way. Hey, possibly, man. I'll tell you what, man. There's a couple of people that if they do start to say it, I'll start to believe it. Tim's, we've already gone to Tim's comment. By the way, boys, if you notice, many Argentina players love the move. Yeah, bro, we're an Argentine club after we're an Italian club, man. I think that's safe to say. This is what I wanted to talk about here, what Tim's bringing up. Scamacca or possibly a keeper. Now, with Scamacca, I like his presence. He's a very, very intimidating sort of physical player. And I'm not just talking about his tough stickers that he's got from his neck down. He's just honestly that sort of presence that you can bring on to scare. The only question I would ask him is that, it's all well and good coming to a bigger club, but if you're going to start on the bench every game, you might start to get a little ticked off throughout the season. Scamacca is a player who can get 30-plus games under a Sassuolo, under a Genoa, and I'm just going off my head now, under a Bologna, a Fiorentina, any team that would take a player like him. If Scamacca was to come in instead of Belotti, I wouldn't argue that at all because, they're quite similar players, albeit with Belotti a lot more experience and can probably guarantee you a few more goals. But for me personally, Scamacca wouldn't be the end of the world on loan as a good backup, especially since Pinamonti's out. And we probably plan on loaning out Satriano as well. Christian Rivas, what are you saying about Scamacca, bro? Because if we go into next season with JOAQUIN Correa, Lautaro, Sanchez, Scamacca, it's going to be hard to argue.
Yo, I personally like Scamacca. My boy Carlos was the one that really, really put me on him. He was the one that was pressing the most about him since last year. He was like, yo, we got to get this kid. We got to get this kid. I'm like, bro, he doesn't even start all the time at Sassuolo. Like, what's the hype? And then you start seeing him play, and you're like, all right, I can see why you want to get him. Again, if it's one of those Beppe Marotta moves where it's just a straight-up loan with the option, yo, all day, let's go for it. Satriano needs to go play somewhere. Like, yeah, I get it. He trains with the first team. He gets the minute and experience with the top-tier players, but I would like to see him go somewhere, even if it's City B, to just play.
Yeah, he needs the minutes, bro. Big time. Juan Luca Di Mario, if it's not going to be Belotti, are you happy with Scamacca being like the backup target man? Because as our boy Tim says here, there's no way we see JOAQUIN starting every game. Like, it's all well and good how he performed in the first game, but it's the first game against Genoa. And we've been saying on this channel for the last 2 years since we started, Genoa is the most comfortable game of the season for us. It's becoming a joke, bro. It's literally a glorified friendly for us at the moment, man. So Scamacca as a backup, what are you saying?
I don't mind it. I mean, if the price is right and he doesn't mind taking that depth spot, it could be a match that works in our favor. Obviously, Belotti would be ideal, but Dzeko definitely not going to go the full season. He's going to give you more games than not, but you need that rotation, and Satriano's not going to cut it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news because we've seen this how many times before where, oh, we got this young player, he's going to be great, he's going to be so good, he just needs to play. They don't play. End of the story. They don't freaking play, and they're not ready when they do come play. So
that's it. They don't play. They don't
bring
play.
Bring in Scamacca if you have to, and Alexis you can't rely on. Lautaro and Correa, similar players, so I see them rotating more, and then the Dzeko replacement has to be Scamacca, Belotti, one of those guys.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Let's go over to our friend King Dardian, who says, am I the only one who thinks that Inter need a backup, centre back, or a goalkeeper? Bro, we've got them. We've got the backups. Now, I think you're talking about lack in quality of your backups, but it's pretty clear-cut how we're going into the season. We're going with Handanovic as the starter, Radu as the backup. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what is happening. And in terms of our back three, we really have to hope that our back three don't suffer an injury, because one injury to De Vrij, Skriniar, or Bastoni. And yes, we are looking at bringing in, not an inadequate replacement, but definitely a subpar replacement. There's only so much, like, as much as we all love Ranocchia for sentimental reasons, we'd rather him not take the pitch more times than often. Matteo Darmian, I know these boys still love him, but like Matteo Darmian, I'd rather see him play on a wider side, although I do trust him. And I do see, and if D'Ambrosio needs to come in and play in a back three, that's fine as well. So we've got the backups, Darian, and we're not really in a position to go and splash maybe your 20 million on a really, really good backup. It's just not our priority at the moment. And just keep in mind that the players that we've got in the background, like your Damians, your D'Ambrosios, your Ranocchias, Gagliardinis, even like your Kolarovs, bro, we got background leaders. We got leaders that even if they don't see the pitch, they are going to lead by example, man. So I'm pretty excited. Let's move on to the fixture against Hellas Verona. So Verona, obviously a little bit weaker this season after losing a very good manager in Ivan Juric. We saw that he really brought Torino to play against Atalanta last week. They're going to be a bit of a heavy side, Torino, this season. But Verona, on the other hand, Christian Rivas is a pick for a lot of people to struggle and to head into the relegation zone. In my personal pre-opinion, which I'm not going to speak too much about, you pocket Zaccagni in this game, and it's almost game, bro. I don't see Kalinic being a threat. I don't see Lazovic being a threat, Barak being a threat. The defense is weak. There is no reason why, Dzeko and even the likes of Chanaloglu cannot have a field day breaking through the lines of these defenders like Gunta and Ceccarini. I just don't see it happening. There's nothing more for me to say. I want 3 points, Christian, and I want them comfortably.
So me personally, I think we'll be fine. They don't have Juric no more. Like, he's not the coach anymore. They're not the same team. Now, that just means when we play Torino, like, yo, we got to be ready. But, again, without Juric, Ivan Juric was so huge for them. So it's one of those things, again, like you said, pocket the man and we keep it moving. That's it. I think it'll be a comfortable 3 points. We'll probably go up 2-0 and call it a day, and that's that.
Yeah. And I hope it is. I want it to be a solid first half with very few mistakes. Like, mimic that Genoa first half, and I think we'll be fine. Mario, what are you saying about the game against Verona, which is really, really close by, 18 hours?
I'm confident. I think Inzaghi's got this team pretty well prepared for any kind of team, any team's level. So, like, you're gonna have the performances against the lower teams. You're going to get those points now. I feel confident that he's going to prepare the teams to get the most points possible out of those stupid little games with the Veronas, Salernitanas. The way we play is just so it's elegant and it's effective, as we can see, like against Genoa. Sure, it's Genoa, but still they're a Serie A team, and if you're able to break down those teams, put on 4 goals on them in the first game together, it's a relief. And I'm confident like another 3-4 goal game, possibly.
Yeah, awesome. That would be really, really good, man. In terms of personnel that we plan to put on the pitch, I actually couldn't find a formation graphic, but that's okay. Just keep a listen out for what I'm about to say. It's pretty easy. Handanovic, Skriniar, De Vrij, Bastoni, Darmian, Barella, Brozo, Sensi, Perisic, Chanagalu, and Dzeko. Same lineup, man for man as last week. Christian Rivas, would you change anything going into this match? I can see a few people on Twitter saying that Di Marco should get the nod over Perisic. Man, just don't change it unless it needs fixing for now. And I don't think Simone is.
8 last week. Like, Perisic looked like a monster last week. Like, why would you take him out? He literally had a goal that was ruled off, an assist that was ruled off. Like, come on, bro. He can still ball. The only thing I would change is I put Lautaro in.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw the lineup. I'm like, probably looking at putting Hakan in Sensi's position and putting Sensi back on the bench. That's what I'd say right there. Mario, what about you, man? After the lineup that came out today, it's pretty much man for man after Genoa. Are you saying that Lautaro should start with Dzeko as well?
Yeah, I think Lautaro and Dzeko should get the start. Sure, Sensi, but I don't think he was. He wasn't the Sensi we're used to seeing that, shines. I think he was overshadowed by the rest of the midfield. and you know, you're gonna have Lautaro and the Dzeko connection for the first time of the season, and we'll see what they look like. I don't. Perisic, I think, stays. I think that as he gets more comfortable in this free role that it looks like under Inzaghi, he's gonna take those gambles, but on a more precise basis. Because we saw him offsides a couple times. Sure, people are getting pissed off about it, but you know, at the end of the day, he's creating the attacks. If he's offsides, he's offsides by step. He's got the right idea, and they're finding it. They're looking to attack on the left side. DiMarco's, I think he's going to be more of a depth player this year, so I don't think you're going to see multiple starts in a row, or him overtaking Perisic, because Perisic is such a hardworking. He's reliable at the end of the day. You know what you're getting, and he's always a threat. So otherwise, same thing.
Yeah, well said, man. Thanks for that. Let's move on to what was a very, very exciting Champions League draw. And I'll just quickly drop my prediction just so I'm not the one that's left out. Yeah, 2-0 sounds good. I don't think we're going. I think it could be a game where we create a lot of goal-scoring opportunities, but we walk away from this game going, it should have been 4 or 5, but we still get the 3 points at the end of the day. We can't really ask for a 4-0, 5-0 every single week, although I still think there's a good chance we can put some goals past Hellas Verona. Champions League. Thank you once again, Christian, for joining my partner Bruno on Football Worldwide this morning, man. I'm looking at these groups. People are saying there's more than one group of death. I'm struggling to see where there's not a group of death, man. This is some real hard-hitting football, man. I'm going to share the image on the screen of the group stages, and then I'm going to go over to Christian, who on the tip of his tongue should be able to give us something solid because he just gave us something solid on the other channel. I guess we'll do the appropriate thing, Christian, and talk about Group D first. Off you go, man.
Yeah, Group D, I think we finish it first.
Wow. It's a weaker Madrid. It's a familiar Shakhtar with De Zerbi that Inzaghi can probably take on. You get 6 points from these Sheriff brothers, and we should be able to get there, bro.
Yep, I think we win Group D. I think Madrid isn't the same. Even if they do somehow get Mbappe, they still got a weaker defense.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to see the big difference between Inzaghi and Conte will be in the Champions League. Because remember, Inzaghi, he fits more the European style. He's more attackative. Conte was more defensive and reactive and counter, which it's great in the league, but it's not great in Europe.
No, it's not. Mario, bro, like Group D, man, it's not an easy group, but considering how we've grown in the last couple of seasons and the squad and the manager we've got now, I think most Inter fans are going into this with realistic optimism, bro. What about you?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty optimistic. I feel more confident with Inzaghi in Europe because Conte has always been like a one-trick pony where you're either going to get the league or like a Europa League run, as we saw. Because I was going to say like, oh, you know, he didn't really do anything, but he got us the final, so I almost forgot about that. But Inzaghi's style of play, like Christian said, it's attacking, and when you shove the attack down the other team's throats, and it's hard to cope sometimes. Like I feel like he's more adaptive, so he's gonna adapt to the situation more than Conte would, where he just plays one way, the other team figures it out, they sit back or whatever the case is, and you know, you're sitting here like, are we gonna win this game against Sheriff? Are we gonna take a point against Shakhtar again, where we freaking get the same group as last time, sans Mönchengladbach? But you know, I think with the depth that we have now, I'm confident.
Yeah, well said, man. Big up to
the group.
I hope so. That would make it a lot easier, man. You get that little bit of extra prize money as well, and it all counts at the end of the day. Big up to the 26 people that are still here watching the video. That makes me feel quite good on a Friday morning here in Sydney. Good little question here to sidetrack. Who will be the top scorer in Inter, in the Champions League or in the league or in both, bro? Because for me personally, it really depends on how we start. I mean, if Inzaghi really wants that sort of 3 points and experience, don't be surprised if Edin Dzeko starts almost every Champions League game. That's games for Edin Dzeko to start. I expect Lautaro Martinez to be the overall top goal scorer for Inter this season, though, by a country mile. What about you, Christian?
I think he brings 25.
Yeah. 25 goals, eh?
He's going to eat this year. You know, last year he couldn't really eat, and he still got like 15 goals. Yeah, Lukaku was the focal point of attack. Everything was through him, and that's why I've been saying for the last few weeks, ever since we got rid of Lukaku, it's a blessing in disguise for Toro. He must be happy because now he's the center of the attention. You go on Bleacher Report, and they're saying they're on the road to a Champions League final with all 32 teams. Who's there? It's not Lukaku, it's Lautaro now. Lautaro is now the face of the team.
Yeah. Yeah, well said, man. We got to move over to the other groups now, and I'm just going to bring Mario back in. Bro, it's looking good, man. It's just looking so competitive on all fronts. So why not? Let's talk about all the groups here on Inter Worldwide. Group A, Man City, Paris. Jeez, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Leipzig and Club Bruges. Bro, honestly, that smells a little bit fishy to me. It looks like that with this whole Ronaldo to City news, they're really trying to do a farcical El Clasico. I don't know how to say El Clasico in French, nor am I going to learn. But, bro, it looks crazy. Group A, what are you saying, Mario?
It looks pretty good. I like the group. I think I think the whole thing is competitive this year. It's one of the most interesting draws I've seen. City and PSG. Oh man, if Ronaldo goes to City, that's gonna be a round right there, and that's exciting. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, man. I still don't think it happens. Like, it just seems a little too much for me. But then again, like, what football fan has the right to say it's not going to happen after what we've seen in this transfer market, man? Anything can happen. We're living in a Netflix version of football right now. Group B, Christian, bro, stacked group. Let's see how funny it is going out in the group stage the last 2 years to the Milan fans when they woke up to see this group this morning. That is tough.
Dude, I think
like
A
the
and B
ultimate
are
Champions
the
League
two group of
group.
deaths.
Yeah, bro. Christian, what are you saying? Yeah.
Mario, you slept on Leipzig, bro. They're actually a good team. I think they're gonna be fine. I think Group A and B is actually gonna be two groups of deaths, bro.
As good as Leipzig are, bro, you're talking about City and Paris here, man. Even if Leipzig play the better football game, like in the last 10 minutes, both teams can score 2 undeserved goals and win.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still personally think Leipzig might upset some people there. They're going to do decent. I'm not going to say they're going to win or finish second, but they're going to give you a good game. It's going to be competitive all end. They're
for sure.
Until the end. But in Group B, I call
Group B's a freaking
messaged
dog.
my cousin in Milan. I was like, yo, Manolo, like, what's up? You talking about smack about us. We had the group of death with Barca. Like, look at you.
It's not even about just Atletico. It's the fact that FC Porto are a third pot seed. That's such a strong third pot seed, FC Porto, man. The team that knocked out Juventus last season. Milan are going to get a proper welcome back to the Champions League, bro. Like, this is what you get for spending so many years out of the Champions League, throwing shade on everyone in the background and pointing to your 7 times badge, even though you haven't been there in over 7 years. Welcome back, baby. It's going to be a different ball game than Thursday night football in the Ukraine. I guarantee you that right now. Liverpool, I think, struggle this season because I feel like they're a little bit stagnant as a squad. However, I could be proven wrong. Christian, why are you shaking your head at me already, man?
Dude, I think Liverpool is going to be like, I think this year with Van Dijk coming back, they're going to be fine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think they're going to be straight. The group that I'm more interested in, honestly, is that Villarreal, Manchester United group with Atalanta. That's another possible group of death. Like, it's just more they're all competitive on the same level.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go to Group C first. I hope you boys can see it. I can see it on the screen. Another really good group. Not necessarily your highest pedigree group, but 4 clubs with amazing history, amazing fans, shitloads of pride, and domestic championships to go with it. You're looking at Sporting Lisbon, Borussia Dortmund, Ajax Amsterdam, and Besiktas. That's a tough one, bro. That could really go either way. I don't know too much about the Besiktas squad this season. I know that Sporting are going through quite a good period at the moment, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them go through to the next round. I'm going to predict that Sporting and Dortmund edge out Ajax and Besiktas to go through. Quick prediction from you, Mario.
I think Dortmund and Ajax go through, actually. Besiktas, they lost Quaresma, so they're nothing now.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll go over to Group E next. Christian, man. Bayern, Barca, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev. You know, it's a real weird state of affairs where you look at the Champions League draw and your eyes are not going anywhere near Barcelona. When I woke up this morning, like every year you wake up and there's a few things in your subconscious that you're looking for. I woke up this morning and it must have been about the third glance. I'm like, oh yeah, there's Barcelona. Man, it's going to be a hard Champions League for them and those fans, Christian.
Nah, I think they're going to be fine, dude. I honestly think they're going to be better without Messi.
Well, they could have gotten a much harder group. When I look at their group right now, they really could have been swimming in some harder group pot C or D teams.
Yeah, no, they're straight. They're gonna be fine. I think them and Bayern get out, no issues.
Bayern gets out no
Yeah.
issues with 18 points, bro. That's an 18-point group for
No,
Bayern Munich,
I
in my
don't think they
opinion.
get 18 points.
Yeah. All right, you can keep going, bro. Group F, I know you're looking at that. Villarreal and Manchester United. What did they have? Something like 19 penalties between the both of them in the final last year. I think it ended up something like 11-10 on penalties. That was crazy. I was at work and it got to the point where they were taking the 7th kick, and I'm like, well, I got to go to work. I can't keep caring about this. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Bro, the whole world is going to be sleeping on Atalanta again. That's for damn sure. Atalanta's going to give those sides a good run. Manchester United with one of the most attractive teams on paper being driven by a bootleg Mario Kart man trying to drive a Ferrari. It's not good. It's not a good look at all. Ole Gunnar freestyle, bro. Christian, what are you saying?
Bro, I was gonna say my pick is Villarreal and Atalanta make it out. Ole is just like, he's overrated, dude. He's got like, with the squad he has, he should have been finishing first or at least a lot closer than 15 points from.
Bro, he's not overrated. Everyone in the world knows he's trash, man.
Well, he's overrated because he's still at freaking Manchester United and they haven't fired him.
Bro, that's that same with like that. That happens with a lot of managers, bro. They really try hard to get that glitz and glamour of the club legend, man. Like, and then they end up backing these managers way more than they backed any managers with credentials. Like Arsenal giving Arteta 130 million, they back Oli with 200 million. Why didn't you give Jose some of that money? Why didn't you give Unai Emery some of that money? They probably would have bought you another couple of trophies.
Brendan Rodgers could have did better with that money. Like, what Ole's doing, I don't know. Ole's trash to me, dude. I don't get how Man U just keeps backing him. But I guess, hey, you got us in the Champions League, so why not? But I'm still gonna say Villarreal and Atalanta are gonna shock everybody because everybody expects Manchester United to make because it's Man U. But it's Ole. Ole's just a terrible tactician. Don't take this the wrong way if you're an English fan. You know, it's simple: long ball and chase. That's it. That's all they do.
Yeah, man. I was. Yeah, bro. I can't wait for that game this weekend. Chelsea versus Liverpool. That'll be a real introduction for Rom. 33 people here right now. That's awesome. Make sure you like the video. Let us know where you're from. Let's try and get those numbers up to 40. Share it around. Zed says chances of Atalanta finishing first. I don't know, man. This Villarreal side is quite well oiled, man. And I think everybody realizes that Unai Emery is a proper manager, bro. He's a proper manager. It's not easy to go into a shitstorm like Arsenal and do well. And, you know, Christian Rivas is an Arsenal fan, and he'll probably tell us right now, well, you are sort of an Arsenal fan, bro. But, like, even from a perspective, Unai Emery is a much better choice than Arteta.
Let's get something straight. I only sat there when I'd watch the Premier League. I'd hope Arsenal would do something because I got tired of seeing them being the 4th place joke. So I'd always hope they'd get past that just because of that. But I don't like Arsenal. I don't support what they did with Özil. Like the whole thing where he can't speak his mind about what's going on to all those Muslims in China. Like, yo, that right there, I was like, yo, dude, like, nah, I have nothing to do with you guys no more. Like, Emery though, I thought he was a good coach. I thought they should have never let him go. Again, that whole team, I just sat there and I was just like, bro, like, you guys keep doing everything ass backwards. You get rid of Emery, who really didn't have time to do anything. He was never allowed to put a fingerprint on the team.
He wasn't respected either. Apparently, like, some of the players would like mock his interviews and stuff like that as well. Like, that's a horrible thing to come out of a professional club.
Well, you got to remember though, that team was the same team that just got done with Arsene Wenger, and you know, a lot of them dudes, unless you did a proper, complete clean out, you were never going to have a proper transition. You know.
Yeah, just papering over cracks every season pretty much, man. All right, we move over to Group G, another real even group. Not you know, the full powerhouse sides, but still very, very even. You got French. Yeah, man, French champions Lille, who've already started again well this season. Sevilla, who have probably got one eye on finishing 3rd and winning their 65,000th Europa League. Salzburg, very, very tough team to play against, especially if you're going there to play. And Wolfsburg as well returns to the Champions League for the first time in a while. I actually can't remember the last time they were there. It could have been when they knocked out United with Louis van Gaal in the group stage.
It's been like 3-4 years, bro.
I remember in 15-16, they knocked out Van Gaal's United in the group stage because I was in Buenos Aires watching it at some real convenient time. It was like 11:30 in the morning, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So convenient. I can't remember them being in the Champions League since then, unless Christian knows. But other than that, I think I'm going to predict Lille and Sevilla to go through in that group. What about you, Christian?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Salzburg and Sevilla.
Cool, nice one. What about you, Mario? Oh, he's muted. He's muted, bro, and he's like lagging out a bit
Leo
as well.
has to offer.
Oh yeah. Lil has to cover it.
Hello?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
think
hear you, bro. No.
I think Sevilla and Salzburg.
All right, fair enough. I'm really interested in Group H, man. Chelsea. Let's come on, Rom. Just do us one solid, bro. Just beat these dudes down. I know you want to. Just do it. Give us something. But you know what? With or without, they shouldn't struggle, bro. That Chelsea team's a very, very well-oiled team. Thomas Tuchel, I swear to God, the disrespect he got when he left PSG, he's gotten every grain of it back since then. That's for sure. I see Chelsea topping that group without problems. I'm going over to Christian Rivas because he's probably going to give us something to be excited about and say Juve struggle to get out of that group stage, considering all their background drama. Their $31 million man does not want to be there at the moment, bro. The fact that he's still considering an exit this close to the season, bro, talk to us, Christian.
Yo, so I still think Juve go through because, again, it's Zenit and Malmo, but they're going to have issues. If they don't get rid of them, that's it, dude. Like, it's going to be a long season for Juve because, one, he don't get along with Allegri. He don't want to do what Allegri says. He does what he wants. And if they're going to deal with that the whole season or at least up until January, hey, good for you. Better for me.
That's it, man. What are you saying about Zenit St. Petersburg this season, man? I do not follow the Russian league at all. I just know that they and CSKA Moscow are the two heavyweights, and I know for a fact that Zenit are coming off a 1-0 win against CSKA Moscow. I'm pretty sure as early as this morning. Asmun scored for them in the 82nd minute, so they're probably looking at having a good season in Russia. But in the Champions League, like they're our best hope as Inter fans to try and take something from Juventus. Like honestly, be realistically, they're first in Russia, 14 points out of 6 games. You think Zenit can upset them, bro?
No. The only way they upset them is at home in Russia because it's hard to go play in Mother Russia.
Yeah, fair enough, man. So we got Chelsea and Juve going through comfortably there. I reckon Juve just get done in the round of 16. There's too much quality in this tournament at the moment, man. What are you saying?
Yeah, I think we might be the Italian team that goes the farthest.
That would be nice, bro. Like we've been the Italian team that's dropped out earliest, so it's really time to reverse that around. What time is it? Yeah, we've been going for about 32 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. Guys, in the comments below, I want you to do a couple of things so we can keep this going for another 5 or 6 minutes or so. Drop below where you think, there you go. Ali says Asmun's going to leave Zenit. Far out. What a bang. You score against CSKA Moscow and you leave like 4 days later. That's nuts. Round of 8, yeah, I think we can get to the quarterfinals. Guys, drop in the comments. Where do you think Inter's going? Where do you think Inter's going? You think they're finishing first? You think we get to the round of 8, round of 16? Let us know what you think about this Real Madrid team that really looks on the rocks. Christian, bro, I've been working from home lately, so you know what that means. Minimal sleep, more football from leagues around the world. I tuned in to the whole Real Madrid versus Levante fixture. That was a great game of football, man. What's the go with Vinicius Jr., bro? Because I know for a fact that he's not very well liked in the dressing room. He must have an attitude or he must think that he's like the second coming of Ronaldo or something. Because for the last 3 years, you've seen snippets of mature players going at him in the tunnel, going at him at training. But then he steps on the pitch. And if you give him a little bit of space, bro, this kid is electric.
Yo, he's just one of those players that's like my little brother. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need just something to shut the fuck up and put your head down. That's what it reminds me. Yo, the kid is nice. He's good. He's a baller. That chip for the third goal, man. Like that was freakishly good. Freakishly good, man. Yeah. Zed says I can see us getting 4 versus Madrid. Yeah, 4 points versus Madrid, and that's it, bro. That's what we need. You get 4 points against Madrid, 6 against Sheriff, and you're already through to the next round, no matter what happens. Park the bus in Madrid. Don't think so, bro. Not unless we get 3 points at the San Siro first, and we need 1 point to qualify. I don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, we don't got the right coach for that. We got Inzaghi. Inzaghi's an attacking coach. He's not gonna defend.
No. That's my boy Dara coming in strong. Always good to see you, my bro. We basically need to be better than Shakhtar to go through. It must be manageable. It's definitely manageable, bro. Definitely manageable. So. Round of 8, quarterfinals sounds good. I think if we can get to the semis, I'll celebrate like it's a final. But I'm starting to look at some of the teams that you could come up against later on in the draw. And does this attacking Inter have a chance against the likes of Paris, Bayern, City, Liverpool, even Atletico, Christian?
It depends who we get, but I think we make it to the final 8. That's where I'm going. We're going to get to the final 8 and call it a day.
Yeah, cool. Fair enough. All right, guys, after 35 minutes, that's where I'm going to wrap it up because I want a little bit of downtime before I start work today. Make sure you're tuning into the channel because at 4:45 a.m. tomorrow, we kick off against Verona. I'm not going to promise any live content because I'll probably just wake up just beforehand, but we'll definitely be with you post-match, and I'm sure I'll be around with Uncle Sharma as well. To my boy, Christian Rivas, hey, thanks for coming through. Have a great day with you and your beautiful family, and we'll be teeing up very soon.
All right, bro.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. And to everybody that was here in the chat, Forza Inter, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new. Ciao, ragazzi.
You done?
Thanks, Christian, bro. Yeah, we're done. That was really good, man. Thank you very much.
Yo, I think we have a chance at a semi.